Hi, Carla, Daphne here. Hope you're well. Well done for sending in another essay so quickly. That is absolutely fantastic. Working through the course at quite a good speed is really good. It means you get lots of practice and hopefully you can remember the corrections as you go through. Thank you for sending your uh, corrections back and your other essays. Really good, actually. That is just such a good way to help yourself notice your mistakes and things. So just first point here, be careful, this is quite long. You're on 250 words. You don't need to be this long on task one. The guideline is 150, like over 150. But remember, you only have 20 minutes, and it's good advice to leave longer for task two because there are more marks for task two than task one. Okay, so you could like do 20 minutes on this and don't worry so much about this one. Okay, I mean, yes, it's important, but save most of your effort for the task two. So, dear sir, madam is great, and then it should be yours faithfully, actually, would be the correct ending. So, sincerely, we use, if I just go and move it over there, we use sincerely when we have dear Mr. Smith. So, if you know the name of the person, or Mr. Jones or whatever, then you have sincerely. Okay, if it's dear sir, you have to have faithfully. That's the rule on the endings. I'm contacting you to explain my absence in the last absence from the algebra test on 24th of January. I'm fully aware of the college's policy about submitting. Oh wow, good. In the next 48 hours, uh, I would say following. Actually, these prepositions are a little bit confusing here, but I would just say following the exam absence. And maybe connect this together. And I'm truly so sorry for not having followed. Now, not have been. Okay, if you want not have been, which is lovely, you would have to have following. And then I would say instead of this, sorry, I hadn't spotted that, I would say after the exam absence. I'm truly for sorry not having been following the procedure. That is very, very nice grammar in there, really good. The letter, this letter is an attachment to the form. Da, da, da. My name is Carla, I'm a student number, and according to, so we always have according to little preposition there, the protocol department, comma, my case number is blah. In the referred Friday, in the I would say on the Friday referred to, so not in a Friday, okay, in January, but on a Friday. So on the Friday referred to, I was, you can't was with a migraine. I would probably say we suffer from a migraine in English. I was, and I'd use the continuous because it suggests that it went on for a long time. Obviously, you were ill. I was suffering from you suffer from a severe migraine caused by the ingestion of contaminated milk. I was not able to go to hospital, so I do not have a medical report to support my absence case. However, I gathered some evidence. Evidence is plural, actually, anyway, that could be helpful, such as a photo of the milk package that I consumed. Just typo there. New York Times report of government milk recall with the same series. Oh, well done. Fantastic. How professional of you to have this evidence that I had drunk. So past perfect here, which we don't use very often, but is exactly right for this, which I had drunk. Because you had drunk the milk before this. So these are something that happened in the past before other actions in the past. It's good to show it off if you are happy to use that. I'd be very grateful if the exam committee could consider an exception in my case because I was not in normal conditions. I was not, I was not operating. No. I was not myself. we don't really, I mean, a robot would operate, but we don't really operate. So I was not myself in the next few days after my, and rather than intoxication, because you've used that, have you used that before? Okay, I haven't seen, sorry, I thought I'd seen it before. Poisoning. Okay, intoxication, we usually use that word for levels of alcohol, and you're not talking about alcohol, you're talking about milk, so I would use poisoning simply instead. I'd like to point that I've not visited a doctor because government announcement said the symptoms should disappear, and they did. If it's referred, I could retake the test in the maths department on the most convenient date. Once apologize for the inconvenience. Yep, good, that's absolutely lovely. Well done, really, really nice letter. So I would just maybe cut it down a bit. You could just, these two, you could kind of, you could shorten those just so you're in the word count and you have more time for the next one. But otherwise, Carla's super letter. You've got great language in there. It flows very nicely. You're clearly answering the question and you've got some very good grammar. So nice task. Well done. Task 2. Some people think technology has made man more social. Okay, interesting essay. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger so we can check your word count. 349, absolutely no problems on that one. There we go, I can see it a bit better. So, experts throughout both the developing and developed world, debating, whoa, careful, too much, are debating. Are debating about, now we don't debate about, you just debate, debating cell phones and computers' role in people's lives. So I would actually be debating the role and importance of in people's, so take out that, okay, just in the way English sentences work, this is better. The role and importance of, I'm adding an importance of as well because that's just works a little bit better there in people's lives. Now, lives. I know we only have one life, but you're talking about lots of people here. Some scientists, good, believe technology pulls people apart, and others argue it makes people more social. Personally, I strongly agree. Drives would be the word. We drive people apart, not pull people apart. Very good. I like it. Good language there. Drives people apart. To make a note of that one. This essay will show both points of view through Oxford and demonstrate why technology is so beneficial, rather than that beneficial, as you could have immensely. Sorry, that means very basically. Beneficial to society. Oh, and you asked me about examples. Hey, make them up. Have fun. Of course you don't know if it's true, but this is why you're using examples which are possible, yeah? So obviously they could work, these examples. They could be true. So don't go too crazy on the examples. But basically, yes, do make them up. On the one hand, skeptics are the skeptical. I like that word. So you would have to say skeptics as people. I mean, the skeptical is brilliant, but it's this would be probably better. Skeptics about health and social, about, why don't you say skeptics questioning, because that's what they do, questioning health and social technology benefits. Technology benefits argue, nice, that nowadays people are living. Nowadays, so I can breathe. People are living in a virtual world and leaving real relationships behind. Okay, we leave them behind. The more hours a person spends, so person singular, I mean, sorry, although it's kind of, you mean lots, but singular, using his phone to post photos and stories, not histories. History is what I learn in school. Stories we have in English. On Instagram, the less hours he spends interacting with, oh, it's so sad. with the person who is sitting by his side. Or literally you can have those, which would be lots of people. So I'd go for that rather than to take out that. Now this is fantastic grammar, but be careful here on the structure. The more hours, blah blah blah, the less hours. So this is super important. So the more, the less. You need to have both thes, and that's excellent grammar. Really lovely. So the less hours he spends interacting with those by his side. Yeah, so you don't need to repeat this, just go into the pronoun instead, which is cleaner, more precise. For example, an extensive study by Oxford showed that over 80% of obviously young people, you can't really have youth is young people, so it's not an adjective. Young people pass more than we spend. We don't pass time, we spend more than 3 hours a day on social media. Connect this together, and this overexposure was associated with the increasing of anxiety and depression rates, which is higher than ever in young adults. That is so true and incredibly sad, and ever in young adults. Therefore, it's clear that people are more isolated. Now here, this is where we need to be a bit careful. You need to have these modal verbs. You know I love these. May, might, could, become. So these are really, really important. So modal verbs and then the infinitive, which would be become, more isolated. Okay, good paragraph, really strong. On the other hand, although several experts affirm that, you have to affirm that something. Communication apps facilitate people's okay, right. This sentence, this is so misleading. This is really difficult. I really, truly, I'm not sure on this in the template. I think it's very hard. I'll tell you why. Although experts confirm they help, the positive cannot be overstated. So this although sentence needs to go back to that. So the experts affirm that communication apps may be dangerous, and then you would have to go into the positive impact cannot be overstated, because let me try and explain it to you. When you're using although, it is a concession. You're saying, yes, this is true, but now you're going to change direction on your essay. Okay, so the confusion for me is the overstated word, but also use it. I mean, although is good, it's a concession clause. It's a very good skill to use, but it has to refer backwards to that. So though several experts affirm communication apps may be dangerous, you've talked about mental health, comma, the positive impact cannot be overstated. And now you've changed direction, which is great. Okay, so just hopefully you understand that, how to use that. A person in England can talk to and see a relative in Brazil live and free of charges. Okay, talk to, let's have talk to, share news with, and see. So because this is talk to and see are not very high level words, let's use some more vocabulary as well. Other relevant, another, or additionally. Many applications, apps such as, what do we use? WhatsApp and Facebook. So give me the names of them. Offer the facility. Facility? Maybe not facility. Offer the opportunity. So I'm adding in this. So give me what they are. Many apps offer the opportunity to build new friendships. So you're going to come into here. I know it's yours, but I'm just going to put it like that so you can see where we're going. To build new friendships, comma, easily efficiently and in a fun and exciting space. Okay, so by adding in this is developing. You've made a good point, but develop it. Okay, it's really important to develop it a bit more there. Now you don't have a recent research. You can have a study or recent research. So cut that. Recent research by the American media demonstrated that 80% of American adults have met someone new through Facebook in the past 5 years. Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I love that. Good example. Thus, it's possible to say beyond that people are making friends easily with these tools and consequently become more social. Fantastic. Good paragraph. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that technology benefits interpersonal relationships, permitting everyone, you don't need a to know people and communicate effortlessly. It's predicted that virtual interaction will increase and grow in importance. Perhaps, oh my goodness. And perhaps in the future we could even smell or touch people inside the screen. Wow, freaky. I love that idea. Wow. Okay, great. Brilliant. Good essays. Great, Carla. Good work. Really nice language. Very good flow on the essay. I hope you feel happy with the coherence. For me, that's working really well. Good stuff.